What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, good morning to our West Coasters. Good afternoon to our East Coasters. Cappers Nation Live, Tuesday Game Day edition. Glad to have everybody with us. I do apologize for the extra long delay. Had to make sure I had a hot beverage. It's a little chilly today in Vegas. Not sure where my live chat just went. There it is. Glad to have everybody here. A good old Evansville in the trap yesterday. Hopefully everybody stayed off of it. Alex, good morning. Chido, Michelle, Darren, Ryan, Joshua, Tito, Tom Weiner in the house, Matthew, Nick, Brian. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. For everybody that's on my personal plays, I already sent them out. If you did not get them, shoot me a text message. That way I can make sure you do get them. Fast E in the house. What's going on, sir? Premium plays are posted. NHL's posted. Soccer for today is also posted. There is a soccer play today that is available to all of our college football bowl package members. Alex, you should jump on that. You'll have a lot of fun with that one. Sad we're out of coffee. Just getting everything up and running. Flex 444, what's going on? Joe, good morning. Magnificent Boy, good morning. Yesterday was definitely a rough day. Darren Lyons, what's going on? Nick, what's going on? Ty, good morning. Need to make sure that the video is posted on our website, as well as the link being sent out. So bear with me just a second, folks, and then we're going to get started. We got a college hoops day. Believe it or not, there's actually a good board in college hoops today, but there are a lot of big spread games today all across the board. That's a fact, but I do believe there is some low dangling fruit, and let's just hope it's hanging a little lower than yesterday's, because yesterday's was just out of reach. I mean, you're reaching and you couldn't get it yesterday anyways, at least in my aspect. We're going to go over that big full recap of everything that we didn't do yesterday. Yes, folks, you heard me say that, what we didn't do yesterday. You can hear the sarcasm in my voice, hopefully, because it's definitely sarcasmic filled, that's for sure, especially after yesterday. Ty, you're very welcome for the Sunday play. We definitely won that one. Colts definitely forgot to play yesterday, but hey, we cashed our free teaser. For everybody that doesn't know, we gave out that nice big teaser yesterday. Absolutely free. I don't know why people were struggling to find out how to bet it or where to bet it, because we made it very simple. I mean, a teaser's a teaser. It's not buying down the game. None of that stuff. It's actually relatively easy to bet a teaser, especially if you're on 5 dimes. Give me 1 second, folks. Just getting everything up and running. That was probably about the highlight to our day yesterday. Was the teaser. That's a fact. That was the highlight, the big highlight to the day yesterday. Unfortunately, wish it was a better highlight reel than that one, that's for sure. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take what we got, and we bounce back strong, just like we always do. The teaser hit, which was bigger than the consensus play that we gave out yesterday. So hopefully everybody was able to hammer and pound the 2-team NFL teaser we put out yesterday. And if you missed it, this is what you missed yesterday. That's what you missed yesterday. Nice little 2-team teaser. Let me move that up just a little bit for you. That way you can see it better. There we go. And yes, you can see we actually bet over here. We actually bet our plays that we put out. We don't put no couple $100,000 in a fake account and then act like we're bigwigs and then not actually bet it. We actually bet our plays, and we bet them for a substantial amount of money, as you can see on the screen. Definite bounce back day today. StatQuap, what's going on? That hot tea rolling, that hot peppermint tea. So definitely looking for a great day today, guys. And everybody knows the bounce backs are strong. I think a lot of people, Brian, good morning. I think a lot of people had a bad day yesterday. From what I was seeing, a lot of people had a bad day. And, only one way to go from there, and it's up. So if you got to bet this little 2-team teaser yesterday, congratulations. If you didn't, you missed out. You missed out. Always pays to have a 5 Dimes account for things like that. So got me a little bit back yesterday. Not much. Definitely hurt yesterday, that's for sure. Good morning, William. Tuning in via text message. Thanks, brother, for the text. Good morning to you as well. Almost afternoon where you're at. Getting very, actually, I do have some good news to announce. And there's a link, everybody. If you don't have a 5 Dimes account, you definitely should, because over the weekend I'll probably give you guys another prop bet, possibly a soccer play that's exclusive to 5 Dimes. Matter of fact, I may give one out today. You just never know. Yes, William, it is afternoon where you're at. I forget. It's after 12 there. So it is afternoon to you and everybody else on the East Coast. We're gonna roll really quickly through the recap yesterday. This is not something I'm proud of, but hey, you got to take the losses with the wins. You can't just have good days every day. But again, what I was saying is I do have something to announce here in a little bit. I have something really, really big to announce for everybody, hopefully before the weekend. It's in testing phase right now, and hopefully it'll be live before the weekend. That's the goal. So yesterday, we had a disaster of a day. On just about every level, we had a disaster of a day. It was bad. But, you have those bad days every now and then. That's why you always bet consistent. That's why you don't just randomly step out on any game, unless it's one of our games that we feel comfortable stepping out on, like a guaranteed Saturday, game of the week, game of the year, that type of aspect. You remain consistent, you bet consistent, manage your bankroll properly, always bet within your means. Boom, we get you right out of the hole the very next day, or a couple days. Heck, it may take you even a couple more days, depending on just how bad the day was. Well, yesterday was bad. Yesterday was bad. Let's just start with mine. Took Valpo and the over. Both shit the bed. Valpo kept it close. They had their moments. Looked like it was on track to go over, and just shit the bed second half. Murray State over. Well, it would have helped if Kennesaw State could have scored more than 30-something points. So we were destined for failure on that one. And then the Colts and the Saints over. Missed the boat on that one. If the Colts could have actually done something yesterday, with the exception of the last 5 minutes, I do believe we probably would have won that one. Or if they would have put Bridgewater in a couple possessions sooner, he would have had an opportunity not just to milk the clock, but to actually throw the ball and actually try and put up some numbers. So Unfortunately, he went in there just to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And when you do that, you're not going to really give yourself an opportunity to put up any points. So we definitely missed that one. Fresh Kabar 45, what's going on? Rio C, what's going on? The teaser was about the only lock of the day yesterday. So a big disaster for my plays yesterday. Premium plays had a 1-2 losing day. The Heat laying 4.5 against Memphis. They actually tied it up at one point, shockingly, 104 apiece. And then it's like they just decided just to miss every bucket. Obviously, we double dipped with the over in the Saints game, so that one missed right there. And then Premium Plays had a chance to have a winning day. Just needed that last touchdown in the Saints game. Never got it. And then we had North Dakota State laying 7.5. Absolutely, Nick. New day. New day. NHL had a rough day yesterday. Props ended up going 2-2. The two that we did hit were actually plus money props. We had Jacoby Brissett no interception thrown, plus 105. That was a winner. We barely missed Brissett rushing yards over 11.5. First quarter, he rips off 1 yard in the first quarter. Or excuse me, one run in the first quarter for 7 yards. We're 5 yards away for the rest of the game. Well, Colts decided not to pass the ball at all yesterday, it seemed. Well, if you don't pass the ball and you don't have a Lamar Jackson type of quarterback or a Deshaun Watson type of quarterback, then he's going to have no opportunities to tuck it and run. Well, that's exactly what happened yesterday. What are the Colts? Colts decided, well, I mean, they threw the ball a decent amount, but very ineffective. So never had that opportunity. Brissett ended up finishing with one rush for 7 yards. Blah. Then we hit Cook receiving yards for the Saints guys. Cook's receiving yards over 46.5, plus 105. That was a winner. And then we dropped the Saints' first quarter team total over 6.5, minus 120. We dropped that one. And shoulda, coulda, woulda on that. Would they score that touchdown, like the next play into the second quarter? First or second play into the second quarter. So that always stinks to lose that one. But hey, new day, 2-2 on props. So rough day yesterday, but hey, it's a new day. It's gonna be a new day, and it's gonna be a great day. And you know, the cool thing is we've got some big things in the works. Including a big play this coming Sunday. And definitely look forward to the rest of the week. Not just today. So it's definitely going to be a good week. It's actually going to be a big week. Kind of like what we had. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm just making sure something is perfect. So for everybody that doesn't know, if it did not go out in our daily video, it was not in our email that we sent out this morning. It was not included in that. I don't know why they didn't include it. I'm sure it'll get included in the next one or tomorrow. But to let all of you guys know early, hint, hint, Sunday, we will not just have our guaranteed NFL play, but it's actually our NFL game of the year. So, needless to say, Sunday is going to end on a huge note. So, that's going to be a good time. That should actually be posted on the website, I was told, by tomorrow, which I'm super stoked for. We're just monitoring the line to make sure we give it out with the best possible line for you guys to start betting it. Joe, did you bet Winthrop this morning laying the 15? They're up by 17 now with 3:43 to go. So free plays yesterday ended up going 1-1. We dropped the consensus play, the small consensus play on the Capitals, part of our NHL package. And then we hammered home that teaser for you guys. So it's going to be a great day today. Winthrop should cover. A little early action college hoops for you guys. Iona and Princeton is at 4:30 Eastern time. For everybody else out there looking for early action. Interesting, guys. No Thursday night football this week for you guys. There's no Thursday night football, but we do have Saturday NFL. We get college bowl games starting on Friday. Buffalo and Charlotte, Kent State and Utah State as well. We have early action on Friday. And that's with the Buffalo-Charlotte game being at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then Saturday we've got, what do we've got? We've got a lot of bowl games Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bowl games Saturday, as well as 3 NFL games. So NFL is going to be a good time on Saturday and Sunday. Nick, what's the price on the NFL game of the year? Well, it's supposed to be $100, but I did talk him into doing it for $50, just like we did our Major League Baseball game of the year for you guys. So 50 this week, but they did come out with a package. It's actually a pretty cool package. It's actually a week of premium plays or my personal plays, so you get 7 days of whichever one you want, premium or personal. My game of the week, guaranteed Saturday, and the NFL game of the year for $300. Smoking deal. So I know they just put that on the website, or it's going on the website. It may not actually be there. But if it's there, there's a killer deal right there. So NFL game of the year will be on Sunday. It's not one of the Saturday NFL games. Will not be one of the Saturday NFL games. That would make for a busy Saturday with guaranteed Saturday and NFL game of the year. It'd be kind of a cool day. Nevrez, good morning. Rio C says Kyle is money after a bad day. We've been notorious for some pretty good bounce back days, to say the least. We've been notorious for it. So to say that I'm excited after a loss is an understatement. I'm usually very excited and very amped up after a losing day because I know my clients know generally what happens after a bad losing day. So bounce backs are strong in these parts of town. Bounce backs are strong in these parts of town. So what do we got on tap for today? We're going to touch some college basketball. I think there's definitely some trap games, kind of like that Evansville game yesterday. And I want to get that out there because I don't want you guys to be able to potentially, obviously we could be wrong. We weren't wrong about the Evansville on paper. They should have dominated. The score should have been flip-flopped on paper. But as you guys know, the games are played on the court, not on paper. So you can have the best stats, the best trends, the best statistics, the best information, and if the players don't do their job, then you all know what happens. So, going to be a great day. Not going to be long, or not going to be live for 3 hours or anything crazy like we were yesterday. I have a lot to do to prepare for the bowl games and a special project that we are working on here. That is an all hands on deck project, and that I'm hoping that it will be released to all of you guys this coming Friday, if not Thursday, is the hope. So that's the plan. But when it comes to coding and having a couple web designers doing their job, we're relying on them. So hopefully they get it done for us. Fast Freddy, players definitely need to do their job. They don't do their job, you're not successful. You're not successful, we all know what happens. But today is going to be a good day. A lot of games on the board. As far as the bowl games go, obviously we're going to break them down on each individual game day. But I'm wondering if we need to do a special show that's all about the bowl games. A lot of bowl games to discuss. Some of them might have some advantage to betting early, but again, I'm not a fan of betting weeks upon weeks ahead of time early for the fact that players get hurt in practice, players decide to forego a bowl game to enter the draft to protect their draft stock or their draft value. They also can get suspended, and you could have a bet in there and a key player may not be playing. So it's one of the reasons why I don't like to give out a game days upon weeks ahead of time, especially when it comes to college. Because you're going to hear about it. So-and-so suspended for unbecoming of a teammate. There's going to be all kinds of things that happen between now and the bowl day for that player or for that team. So we've seen whole offensive lines suspended before. So, there's a lot of things that can shift in bowl season. Coaches leaving all of a sudden, rapid departing for a different program. So I already break them down, but I prefer not to post them until the actual day of or day before, sometimes a couple days early. So, and for everybody that doesn't know, our bowl package is still available. You can purchase it up to Saturday, I believe. It's $199. Last year it was $400. You're still going to get the 20 game minimum. You're still going to get the 70% guarantee. What that means is you got to go 70% or better on the bowl games that we give you, or you get a week of premium plays on the house. And then you also get 3 days of our prop package. You get 2 days of soccer, as well as next Saturday's guaranteed max fight pick. So for everybody that jumps on board it right now, today you'd end up with our soccer play. That goes off in a little bit. You'll also end up with the prop package, which I'm not sure. I know we're working on them still. But there's a possibility that we might have some individual team total props to put out as well, which when we give them out are generally money. So I have not seen those yet. I know I was working on some on my side, so if I get them, you guys will know about it. We'll post it up, as well as email it out, of course. So, but there's the possibility in a couple of the games where where we'll have some interesting action, to say the least. So definitely going to be a fun day and a good day today, that's for sure. So if you're on the prop package, stand by for more props. As of right now, guys, I know you guys have been, a lot of you guys emailed me and texted me asking how you can get on the prop package. But as of right now, the only way to get on it is you get 3 days free. The only way to get on it is to grab the bowl package. Same thing with soccer. But I know all you guys that emailed and asked me about the props, as of right now, the only way to get it, and I'm trying to get that changed, the only way to get it is through the actual college football bowl package. Cameron Hayes, what's up, guys? A lot of good info yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Brian, you have my game of the week and guaranteed Saturday package. Any game of the years, kind of like the NCAA championship game, are not included in that package. But I know you bought the bowl package early as an early bird, so you get that college football NCAA championship game. But it is on sale for I did get them to drop it to 50. It was supposed to be 100. I did get them to drop it to 50 though. So I'm trying to slowly but surely we're making headway and getting them to drop prices and stuff like that. So Cameron, we did call that Evansville trap. Vegas kept begging you to bet. And let me tell you, they absolutely cleaned house yesterday. They cleaned house yesterday on that one single game. Okay, so Corey, good morning. Frankie, or good afternoon. Frankie Diamond, good afternoon. Good morning. Brian, I was told Game of the Year will be ready by tomorrow. That it should be up tomorrow. Oh. Possibly today, but by tomorrow. So obviously the sooner the better. Andre, I posted on Twitter about that. That's just sad. It's it really is a sad deal. Suspended again indefinitely for substance abuse. So it's definitely a bum deal, that's for sure. But yeah, definitely suspended again for I'm not sure what drug of choice was his, but anytime somebody has that issue, it's always sad. They make him out to be a terrible guy, but he just wants to get high, switch leagues. MLB is on the right path. Yeah, I'm not sure which one. I don't know if they came out and said what it was. his drug of choice for what he was popped positive for. Well, it says that he was banned for.
It's a good time to make.
I just popped up the ESPN article for performance-enhancing drugs, as well as substance abuse. Oh well, I guess it's the performance-enhancing substances and substance of abuse. So I guess it could be either one. So. Skimming through it real quick, but I don't see. I don't see anything naming which one it was. Probably marijuana. I would imagine so. You know. So on another barbershop talk subject, you know, we do let's definitely touch on a subject, especially around the holidays. Holidays can become a very depressing time for a lot of people. I think the suicide rate goes up, and yes, guys, this is a sports betting channel, sports betting talk channel. We do give out obviously sports betting information, but we keep it real with the barbershop talk, and I will always keep it real with you guys, and I don't care if people don't like that. If you guys want to hit the thumbs down button or leave because we're not talking about games at the moment, it's well within your right. Obviously, nobody's keeping you here. You don't want to be here. Nobody wants you to be here. I promise you that much. But I promise you there's no other service out there that will ever talk about this. Sports service, sports advisory service. The casinos don't talk about it. Yeah, they put out the little pamphlets and cards that say if you have a gambling problem and need help, call this number or go to this website. You know, they do that because they're required to by law in order to be allowed to have a gaming license. So, one subject that is always very important is being a responsible gambler. Obviously, losing is no fun. Nobody likes to lose. But losing is part of the game. If it was only days winning, that's why they wouldn't call it gambling, they'd call it winning. We try and take most of the gambling aspect out of the game, which is what we do for our job. Long-term success is where we're best at. If you're here for a get-rich-quick scheme or to double your bankroll so you can go pay your rent or buy your kids presents, by all means, you're in the wrong place and you're doing this all wrong. If gambling on sports consumes your entire day, time, life, then this is probably not the best for you. And I can say that with 100% sincerity because, trust me, I'm going to make money regardless if you guys buy a package, listen to the show. I'm going to be successful at what I do. Is gambling within your means a difficult thing to control? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely something that can get out of hand quick if you're not responsible and you don't have self-control. Long, what's the best website to bet? I'd say 5 Dimes. I just posted a link. Just go click on that one, Mr. Vang, and they have the best lines and best options. So, I want each and every one of you to be successful. I don't care if it's fading me. I don't care if it's betting against me. I don't care if it's betting your own games. I don't care if it's betting somebody else's games. I don't care if it's betting mine. We're the companies. I always want everybody to be successful, especially in this industry. It's very hard to find successful people because they let old habits usually get the best of them. So especially around the holidays, guys, if you guys, seriously, if you're gambling with money that you need to go buy your kids presents or whatever your religion calls for during the holidays, by all means, you're doing this wrong. You should probably take a break and come back when things are solid. Because I can assure you, our games, our system, we're not going anywhere. That I promise you. The books are not going anywhere. We can attack them and kill them later. So, always be consistent. Always bet within your means. That's why I always preach in every video. Don't do anything stupid. And take care of your family at home first and yourself first. Because when you go out on a limb and you put it all out there, you usually that's when bad stuff generally happens. Don't know why, but that's generally when bad stuff happens. So, Thomas Grover, good afternoon. Marcus, good afternoon. But absolutely, as what Neverez KC just said, business before pleasure. This should always be something that's always a thought in your mind, and always be conscious of your actions and what it does to your family at home. So if you're in one of those situations, by all means, don't go to our website. Don't buy our sports betting advice. And you should probably take some time off. And I can assure you, there's not one other company in this world that will tell you that. Because they're greedy sons of bitches, and they don't give a rat's ass. All they care about is you spending $1. I'd rather you guys spend that $1 when you're financially capable to. So, with that being said, barbershop talk over. Time to leave the shop and get on to some game day breakdowns. Absolutely, as Ryan said, Ryan works in the mental health world. There is definitely some awesome resources out there to help people that have mental health issues, drug addictions, gambling addictions. Vincent, are we hiring? Well, I think we fired a janitor. But are we hiring handicappers? Probably not. You never know, though. Rio C. You're killing me. It is true, though. Guaranteed Saturday is pretty much the easiest way to flip your Christmas money. I love it. I love it. So, but guys, yeah, always bet responsibly. I don't want to see anybody ever get hurt because you step out on a game or a free play or somebody else's free play. I hear it all day long. I got hurt. I bet this guy's free plays. This guy sucks. I lost my whole life savings. Bankroll management. So, a lot of exciting games today on the board. Oklahoma, Creighton, Providence in Florida, Temple and Miami of Florida, UC Irvine, UTEP, San Francisco and Stanford, Purdue, Ohio, Iona and Princeton, as you guys are talking about in here, Central Michigan, Robert Morris, North Texas and Dayton laying the big 15.5. GCU and New Mexico laying 12. What else we got on the board today that looks exciting? Florida State's got North Florida coming to town. Marquette's got Grambling State coming to town. Let's start with Princeton and Iona. We can do that one. I don't have $1 on that game. I'm not playing that game. I did break it down earlier myself. For everybody that doesn't know, if you don't know, that is a neutral site game. All right, this is a neutral site game. Nick Yance, bankroll management is hard as hell. It is the biggest, toughest thing that you will go through in sports betting is bankroll management. Bankroll management and being consistent. That's the name of the game, and if you don't do it, I promise you, you won't be successful. You'll always be paying your bookie. You'll always be paying, reloading your sports betting account. Wherever you're betting, you will always be reloading it. We're paying it off, one of the two. The name of the game, be consistent. Be consistent and always bet within your means and get that bankroll management down pat. And that's your first key to being on your way to success. Excuse me. All right, where'd my live chat go? Bobby Munoz, the word is discipline. Yeah, it is. Self-control, discipline will lead you to the promised land, and when it comes to betting on sports, it'll at least lead you in the right direction. You still got to pick the right winners. You still got to pick the right winners. All right, folks, hold on one second. Let me switch my system over. Switch my system over real quick. Give me one quick second. Okay, so let's get started. Some college hoops. Ray, no, haven't given out any picks yet. Haven't given out any picks yet. All right, we're going to touch on the Iona and Princeton game for you guys. Let me pop up the odds for this one for you. Game 627, 628. $627 and $628. Taking a look at this, line opened up, Iona laying 1. The line is completely flipped. Princeton is laying 1. Total opened up at 139.5. It's up to 141. I see 140 in a couple spots still. So total discrepancy depending on where you're betting it. Taking a look at 5 dimes, they actually have Princeton laying 1. Total over and under 141 over at 5 dimes. They have the first half line set over and under 66 with Princeton laying a half minus $1.15 or laying a half, minus 115 or money line minus 115. So if I was on that aspect, I'd definitely just lay the money line if you're looking for a halftime bet. This game does start early for everybody that doesn't know. This is one of the earlier games, 4 p.m. Eastern time game. 4:30 Eastern time. So this game goes off in 3 hours. Alrighty, so diving into this one first of all, guys. Iona is not a program that has played a lot of games. All right, their games have been spread out. They've actually only played 5 games in the last 5.5 weeks. They haven't been with a busy schedule. They're 2-3 on the year. Tim Clues has got his team off to a slow start. They opened up with losses on the road to LaSalle, home against Ohio. They did beat Stetson and Kennesaw State, though, on neutral site tournament games back in November. They haven't played. They had a stretch from November 23rd to December 4th where they did not play a game. They came back against UConn. They lost by 18. And believe it or not, they haven't played in almost 2 weeks. 13 days since they've played, guys, on December 4th against UConn. Here they are. They get Princeton, guys. They get the good old Ivy League school. Princeton, another team off to a slow start. This is not the normal Princeton Tigers that we're used to seeing out of Mitch Henderson and his kids. Opened up the year with 5 straight losses. Duquesne, San Francisco, Lafayette, Indiana, and then Arizona State. Arizona State, they hung in tough too. They almost notched their first win at home. Actually, their first win of the season and at home, where they have not won yet. Against Arizona State, they ended up losing by 2, 67-65. They came back a couple days later. They ended up getting their first win against Bucknell, beat them by 10. Then they came right back on the road. They lost to Drexel. They lost to Monmouth. And here they are, neutral site game against, and they did pick up a win against Fairline Dickerson. And a gimme game for them there. But here they are against Iona, neutral site game. Definitely should be a nice back and forth close game is from what we're seeing here against both 2-win programs. When you're taking a look at them side by side, you'll see numbers where Iona struggles from the 3. There's not many teams that shoot the 3 ball worse than them, or down low, for all their 2-point plays. But where they excel at, and I wouldn't say excel, where they're better at than Princeton is shooting from the free throw line. And they do rely on 21.9% of their points to come from the free throw line, whereas Princeton, who hits 67.3% from the charity stripe, they only rely on 16% of their total points to come from free throws. As far as offenses go, Iona hitting just 45.3% from the field, 51% for Princeton. Taking a look at the 3-ball, like I was saying, Iona's a bad 3-ball shooting team. They're hitting just 27.9% of the time, just a smidge over a quarter of all their 3-ball attempts are they actually knocking down. Now, Princeton, they're hitting 31.6%, still below the Division I average, and it's not even hitting the third of them. All right, now those down low shots, this is where Iona struggles. They're hitting just 48.3%. They're under 50%. Princeton coming in, knocking down 53.8% of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks down low now. And like I said, free throws. Iona, it's not like they're the best when it comes to free throws, because they're definitely in the top one third, hitting 71.6%. But that's definitely an area that Princeton has been struggling at. And one thing where they both struggle significantly is turnovers. More so for Iona, who's turning the ball over 22.4% of the time, compared to the 18.7% of the time that Princeton does. Now, one thing that Iona has that Princeton doesn't is on defense. Iona's actually been a turnover machine on defense. They're actually creating nearly 24% turnover rate when they're on defense. So great number there. But one thing that Iona struggles is they create those turnovers. They're not getting points off turnovers. That's a fact. Both do not go to the bench for big numbers. Iona will go to the bench for 22% of the minutes played. Princeton 31.8%. Both benches are not very deep, and that's generally what you see. When you're coming, and when you've got a team coming out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference or an Ivy League school, they're generally not deep benches and deep basketball programs. As far as experience go, you're going to give the experience to Iona. Height advantage goes to Princeton. Not much, about a half inch on average. Height advantage. For Princeton on just about every player, and they're led by a senior. I can't even pronounce this kid's name. We're just going to call him Richmond because that's his first name. Richmond Arzoja, whatever. I can't. This is the one of the few kids in college hoops names that I just absolutely butcher and murder. 6'9" senior is their big man. So Iona, they do have a Jahee, who will match up great against them down low. So I actually look for. This was one of the games that I actually look forward to watching. I do like a Jahee and Richmond for Princeton, believe it or not. So I think these guys will match up good down low against each other, defending each other, and I think it'll be a good battle down low. But one aspect where Iona's going to struggle is those down low shots. They're going to have to get, a Jahee, to convert, and this kid generally does. They put the ball in his hands quite a few times. Problem is he doesn't take a lot of shots. But this is one kid on Iona who will actually, put the ball in the hoop, and he went 6 of 10 against in their loss against UConn. He also went 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. This is a big man that's obviously he's not a huge big man, 6'9", 240, but he can knock down free throws. He can definitely knock down free throws. Against Kennesaw State, he went 5 of 7 shooting, and believe it or not, he actually hit a 3-pointer as well. He's hit their center has taken a 3-point attempt, at least one in every single game so far, and he's made one in every single game with the exception of UConn. So that's something that is definitely rare, to see in the college level from the big man. So he went 7 of 8 from the charity stripe against Kennesaw State, 6 of 11 against Stetson, which was one of his poor performances, 8 of 9 against LaSalle. So this is a definite kid with experience that even last year, this kid will knock down free throws. This kid will knock down free throws religiously. Right, you're cracking me up. So, with that being said, on this one, guys, I don't have a play on this one. I do lean towards Princeton laying the 1. I think they're overall the better program. They do have more experience as far as this year goes. They don't have, that big rust factor, the big layoff. Randy, see, you're killing me. They don't have that big 2-week layoff, which is rare, which is very rare that Iona had, that the Gales had. So as far as this one goes, no money on it, but I do lean towards Princeton. On paper, they're attractive. It's just going to be a matter of if they can get the job done, if Mitch Henderson can get his boys motivated to play. No opinion on the total on this one. For everybody that doesn't know, I did make that in the trash can. I did make that in the trash can. So, and if I was betting it, I wouldn't lay the 1, the money line aspect on it. I'd lay the little extra juice. I do think it's going to be a close game. So if I was going to do it, you could either bet -1, -$1.10 at 5 dimes. And here, I want to show this, so that way you guys could actually see the value in what I'm talking about. So hang tight. Let me switch the screen. Let me throw this up on the screen for you guys, so that way you could actually see what I'm actually referencing here. So if you take a look at the screen right now, you'll see that you can bet Princeton -1, -$1.10, or you could actually just take the money line -$1.17. It's 7 cents juice, guys. You want to win by 1 and walk away with a push, or do you want to win by 1 and walk away with money in your pocket? So for that aspect, if I was going to be betting it, which I'm not at the moment, But if I was, I'd be taking Princeton on the money line minus 117. So 7 cents to knock off a point, win by 1 in a game that I expect to be a close game. I'll take it. I'll take it. Do I ever do a 5-team parlay? Yeah, I have. Michael Jenkins, good afternoon. So yeah, I've done many parlays. Do I recommend them? No, I don't. I'm not a fan of parlays, but I do bet them though. I can't lie, I do bet them. I bet them, but they're fun money. When I do it, they're all for fun. They're nothing serious. When I do them, they're nothing fun. They're nothing serious. They're all for fun. Okay, sorry about that. So, next one that we're going to do. So I choose one game and I drop serious money on it. Well, it all depends on what's serious. What's serious to me may not be serious to you, but I bet straight up. Today I've got multiple games, but I bet them all straight up. If I was to do a parlay, I'm usually playing with house money for fun. Michael Jenkins, what's our cheapest package? Well, it just all depends on what you're wanting and how long you're wanting. Obviously, the bigger the package you buy, the cheaper it is per day. But if you're looking for just the cheapest package that you can get out spending in one sum, I'd have to say it's probably the 3 days or 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays for $99. But here, I'll post a link, and then you can sort through them and pick one that best fits not only your bankroll but your budget as well. Mama Bear 1716, thank you. Appreciate the thumbs up. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Cappers Nation Live. We go live 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. We're going to be breaking down some college hoops action. We're going to be putting you guys on some great leans. Leans had another winning day yesterday, going 2-1, 3-1 if you count the staying off of Evansville, as well as a nice big free teaser that we gave everybody yesterday that cashed. Give you guys free plays, leans, break down the games, even though they're games sometimes that I'm not on. We definitely break them down for you guys to help you guys out, to help steer you guys in the right side. But again, if you're new to this channel, welcome, and take 1 second out of your time, right down below, hit that subscribe button, all right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get notified each and every single time we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. We go live Saturday and Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, dark and early in the morning. We also put out daily free play videos with free plays in them each and every single day. So all you have to do there is watch our daily free play video. If you want to have access to it, just hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then again, when you're done with that, do us a big favor. All right? Please do me a big favor. If you're in your live chat, you'll have to X out of the live chat in the upper corner. And then when you're done with that, you'll see the thumbs up button. Do us a big favor. Hit that big thumbs up button, guys. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free winning plays 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We certainly appreciate it when you do. Plenty of people in here. We definitely appreciate it when you do. So it helps us out. The reason why it does help us out is it gets our videos trending on YouTube. All right, it gets our videos trending on YouTube, helps build a bigger crowd. Belgium in the house. Thank you, Tom. Capitals put you 500 euros down. Well, I hope that's not a big bet for you because it was one of our smallest plays on the day yesterday. That's why it was a consensus play. So you should have watched the live show yesterday, and then you could have had the nice big teaser that you could have put 500 euros on. Michael, thank you for jumping on or joining us as well as joining 5 Dimes. I'm sure they'll love to have you, and we do appreciate when you support our paying sponsors. So it's always going to be a great time. So again, do us a favor, give us a big thumbs up. Magnificent Boy, thank you, I appreciate that. You guys know I'll always shoot you straight, just like our barbershop talk 20 minutes ago. There's sports betting world will tell you what I just told you. You were sleeping then? Well, it's the same time as now, and no excuses because you could always watch the archive version. Archive version is always up 24 hours a day, so no excuse to miss the live shows when you can watch it any and every single day live. We gave out that game, that teaser, long before. Magnificent Boy, I appreciate that. You know, and I mean, it's true. It's true what we talked about. 100%. I stand behind it 1,000,000%. And there's nobody else out there that'll preach that. Might cost us some business, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. Because I can assure you we're not hurting. All right, guys. Next one we're going to do. Absolutely, Steven. It's the thing to do. It's the hot thing to do, that's for sure. All right, so next one that we're going to do. Let's just start at the top of the list. I'm sure this is on everybody's radar. Oklahoma and Creighton, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So for everybody that doesn't know, we're going to start breaking down some college hoops games. We're going to do Oklahoma and Creighton next, guys. But do us a favor first. Post up in the comments who you guys like. Are you rolling with Creighton laying the 3.5? Are you taking Oklahoma plus the 3.5? Yes, that line switched. It's now a hook added onto that one. So which side are you rolling with? Post up in the comments. Would love to hear who you guys have while we break down this one. I do not have $1 on this game. But we're going to break it down for you guys. Total on this one, over and under 153.5. High total on this one. Give me 1 second, folks. Just getting everything situated, and we're going to jump into this one. Okay, so get this on the screen for you guys. Changed up the look just a little bit for you. That way it's a little more cleaner on the screen, and that way you guys are able to see all the information on this one. For you guys that are looking for it, it's games 6-11 and 6-12 on the board. Creighton opened up as a 3.5 point favorite. It dropped to 3. It went back up to 3.5. Oklahoma catching 3.5, guys. Total opened up at 152. It's actually up to 153.5 in a few spots. 5 Dimes has it at 153.5. The Westgate literally just moved it to 154 right now. Square 707 likes the over. Mark says Oklahoma money line. Michael Jenkins says, I have done endless research on everybody who does this line of work, and the consensus says that you're the best. I appreciate that. Fast Freddy in the house likes the Creighton Blue Jays. And their home court. They do get a distinct home court advantage here. That is a fact. The Chi Health Center of Omaha definitely has a home court advantage. Ed AG says he loves them under. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. I always appreciate the kind words. Leon, we'll probably touch base on that one too as the late night chaser game. Washington coming in later tonight. And again, for everybody that hasn't done so, please do give us that big thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. All right, guys, let's jump into this game, guys. First, let's start with Oklahoma. All right, we'll start with Oklahoma, then we'll run over to Creighton. Both 2-loss programs. All right, but let's start with Oklahoma. Lon Kruger, he's got his Sooners off to a 7-2 start. They jumped out to 5 early wins against UTSA, Minnesota, Oregon State, William & Mary, and Maryland Eastern Shores. They struggled against William & Mary. They beat them by 5 at home, believe it or not. It was a 75-70 final. Other than that, right after that, they ended up losing to Stanford. They lost 73-54. Stanford beat them in a neutral site game by 19. They bounced back strong with an 11-point victory over Missouri. They ended up beating North Texas on the road. They struggled. They definitely struggled in that game, but they ended up beating them on the road 82-80 in that game. It was a very, very, very close game, and Oklahoma needed that big final 10-minute push to actually pull them, not only tie the game, but put them ahead. So they outshot them in the last 10 minutes of the game, 22-14 in that game. So that was a very close game for Oklahoma that they were very lucky to come away with a win on. And it showed. They played Wichita State next, and they hung tough against Wichita State. They hung tough. I give them credit, but they ended up losing to Wichita State on the road, 80-75. They've played, two true road games. They've got a semi-away game against Oregon State that they beat by 8. 2 neutral site tournament games that they ended up splitting out 1-1. And then most recently, their last 2 games, both on the road against North Texas and Wichita State, that they split out. So no road dominance for them. They're going to be playing against a Creighton team, guys. The Blue Jays, Greg McDermott, he's got his team, rolling. Their 2 losses on the year come to Michigan, who they lost by 10-2, 79-69, and then San Diego State, who slaughtered them by 31 in a tournament. Other than that, no other losses. They've defended their home court every single time that they've played. Matter of fact, they've got 6 wins at home. 6 of their 8 wins are at home this year. They've got wins over Kennesaw State at home, Louisiana Tech at home, Cal Poly at home. They beat North Florida at home. They had a neutral site overtime victory over Texas Tech. Then they came home for their last 3 games. They beat up Oral Roberts. They beat them by 12. Nebraska by 19. And then University of Texas Rio Grande, who they slaughtered by 31 last Friday, a week ago Friday. Square 707 says Ohio plus 10 is my lock of the day. Don Feaster we'll take a look at that one a little bit later if we have time. But as far as this one goes, Creighton, you want to talk about a home court advantage to the Chi Health Center of Omaha. It is one of the larger ones in Division I. It's the 17th largest arena in all of Division I basketball. Holds a little over 17,350 fans. 17,352 to be specific. It does come in with a home court ranking of 3.6, which does make it one of the tougher places to play. It's not an extreme tough place, but it's definitely, you're going to get a 2 to 2.5 point home court advantage on the line on this one, just based off of playing where they play. So it is the 78th toughest place to play in all of Division I. So when you factor in, the line being -3.5, you give them 2 to 2.5 points for playing at home. If this was a neutral site game, it would be Creighton laying 1, possibly 1.5. You might even see a pick. So depending on just how neutral or semi-neutral the home court would be. So other than that, you take that aspect out, and they'd be laying 1.5 on a neutral site game. When you compare these teams side by side, both of these teams have good things, and both of these teams have things that go against them. Creighton has not been good getting offensive rebounds. But then again, either has Oklahoma. Just 21% of all the rebounds for Oklahoma have came off the offensive glass. 24.6% for Creighton. Both of these teams struggling to get those offensive rebounds and getting those second or third opportunities. Both shoot fairly decent. Oklahoma comes in hitting 50% from the field, 56 for Creighton. I will tell you this, we actually have their offenses stacked up there. We have Oklahoma coming in ranked 31st in all of Division I on adjusted efficiency on offense. We have Creighton 15th. Okay, both of them play a faster pace of play. This is why we actually have a high total of 153. Creighton's average possession lasts 16.2 seconds, and Oklahoma is over a second faster than that at 15.1. Keep in mind, guys, Oklahoma plays about 10 seconds faster than Virginia on average per possession, if you want to reference just how fast or slow a team may be. One number where the Oklahoma offense is excelling at is limiting turnovers. They're actually 4th in all of Division I at not turning the ball over. They turn the ball over when they're moving down the court just 13.8% of the time. All right. Creighton, no slouch either. They come in at 52nd, just 17.2% of the time. But when it comes to defense, believe it or not, we've got Oklahoma with a much higher ranked defense. We have Oklahoma coming in 54th in all of Division I at adjusted efficiencies, and we'll go over those numbers and how we come up with those numbers as well. And Creighton coming in at the 120 mark. So we have actually Oklahoma coming in with a much better defense, and their offense not far off of what Creighton puts out. All right. Now, going over the three ball, there's no denying Creighton's potent capability to knock down threes, hitting 38.9% of the time. All right, they're the 25th best three-ball shooting team in the country. They'll be going up against an Oklahoma defense that holds teams to 32.9% shooting from out deep, right below the Division I average. So they're fairly capable. Oklahoma's fairly capable to defend the three ball. But they're not the best at defending it. Now, Oklahoma, when they're shooting it themselves, they're knocking down 33.7%. All right. All those 2-point plays, Oklahoma hitting 49.7%, Creighton hitting 54.3%. Now, when it comes to free throws, Creighton hitting just 70.3%. Oklahoma knocking down 76.7%. Don't put them on the free throw line because they're going to hurt you. All right, Creighton relying on the three ball for 37.5% of their total points. Oklahoma just 28%. All right, both go to the bench for roughly the same amount. Both go to the bench for nearly 24% of all their available minutes played will be by bench personnel. 2 foul participation. First of all, Oklahoma don't participate, just 2.4%, null and void. Creighton playing 21%. So what that means is if Tyshun Alexander picks up his second foul for Creighton in the first half and there's 10 minutes remaining, he's going to get roughly 2 minutes and 10 seconds of playing time on average before Coach McDermott puts him on the bench with that 2 fouls. So he'll allow his players to play a little bit. Definitely going to be a couple keys to the game. Obviously, Christian Bishop will be a big factor. Mitch Blaylock will be a big factor for Creighton. They're 6'5" junior. They're 6'2" point guard sophomore. Marcus Shagowski is going to be another key to them. Definitely going to have to get him playing time. A kid like Christian Bishop, where he struggled in his game against University of Texas Rio Grande Valley last Friday, is playing minutes. Same thing against Nebraska. Same thing against Oral Roberts. Same thing against North Florida, as well as Cal Poly and Louisiana Tech, as well as Michigan and Kennesaw State. He was in major foul trouble. There's actually only been 2 games this year for Christian Bishop where he did not get himself in foul trouble, and that he got above 22 playing minutes. 24. 24 was the max he got against Michigan, but he was coach didn't put him in. He came off the bench there. Against Oral Roberts, he was able to play 32 minutes. This is a kid that Coach McDermott's going to want to see production out of, 30 plus minutes. It's not going to. It's not going to happen if he keeps doing what he did. The last 2 games he fouled out. He's fouled out of his last 2 games. He's been in foul trouble. Well, he had before the last 2 games that he fouled out. He had a good little stretch where he hit 30 and 32 minutes against Texas Tech and Oral Roberts, and he was actually the team's MVP in their win against Oral Roberts. He went 6 of 12 shooting, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Key to them is going to be keeping him on the court. Key to them is going to be definitely him on the court and playing. And he'll be matched up great against Brady Manick. Devon Harmon, the 6'1" freshman point guard for Oklahoma. This kid can ball. No doubt about it. And he's going to be up there in minutes. This is not a kid that gets in foul trouble, although he did against North Texas, but he still was able to play 27 minutes. But this is a kid that we should see 30-something minutes out of. Lon Kruger should get 30 minutes out of his freshman point guard. And this kid this kid's a baller. But one thing that they need to do is they need to get him the ball a little more often. He needs to be able to take a few more looks. And we saw that against Wichita State in their loss. He went 2 of 4 from 2-point land. He went 3 of 5 from out deep and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So this is a kid that needs to drive to the hoop, and if they put him on the free throw line, he's going to convert. Went 4 of 4 against William and Mary, 2 of 2 against Maryland Eastern Shores. He had one game where he struggled against Stanford. No doubt about that one. 4 of 4 from the charity stripe against UTSA. So this is a kid that knocked down threes and definitely hurt Creighton. But Creighton, no denying their 3-ball capability. So as far as this one goes, as far as the lean on this one goes, I don't have any money on this game, guys, but I do like a side. I do like a side here. On paper, obviously, when you take a look at it, Creighton's probably the more recruited team. They're more predominantly known for their recruiting in college basketball than Oklahoma. But as far as this one goes, I think the odds makers have the line off a little bit. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Cappers Direct. Hello? So as far as this one goes, as far as the line on this one, I think the line's off a little bit. I like Oklahoma plus the 3.5 here. So I think they hang strong. They can defend the 3. They got the better overall defense. They convert, or they prevent turnovers on offense, and they create them on defense. So key to them going to be points off of turnovers. They are a fast-paced team. They're going to move up and down the court. And if they can stop Creighton, if they can get a hand in the face in Creighton and not give them the open looks, then they should be able to hang tough. But if they just give Creighton open threes all day long, Creighton's going to hurt them, and they'll hurt them bad. So, but I do lean towards Oklahoma plus a 3.5 here. Out of coffee, out of hot tea. It's time for something. So, again, I do lean towards Oklahoma. Guys, remember, when I do give out a lean, it doesn't mean that I'm actually betting it. It doesn't mean that you guys should go put your money on it, at least not off of my recommendation. You want the stuff that I'm betting, wait till I give you guys a free play, and or go to the website and buy a package. Got some great personal plays, premium plays today. Everybody already knows. I did just see it posted. Ed Odeco, or Edo DiCoco, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Who posted it? Square 707, thank you. Let's see here. Daniel Lopez says there's no better lock than Kyle after a rough day. That's for sure. I had a rough day yesterday. So I know everybody's waiting for a big day today, and it's going to happen. It always does. Seems to anyways. Seems like it, right? Hang on one second, folks. We're going to do the next one. We're going to do the Providence and Florida game for you guys next. We will do Providence and Florida next for you. Bear with me just a second. For everybody that's on our bowl package, please log into your account because there is a soccer play. Okay, there is a soccer play today. For everybody that doesn't know, the only way to get the soccer is to be part of the college football bowl package that we provided. So bear with me one more second. One more second. Okay. A lot of you guys are on the Pacers tonight. I see that, I see that, I see that. All right, guys, next up, Providence and Florida. What we're going to try and do, because I'm not going to be live for too much longer today. We've already been live for about an hour and 10 minutes roughly. We're going to break down the Providence, Florida game, Temple and Miami of Florida, and we'll go from there to see if we have any more time from there. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. We go live 7 days a week. Do yourself a big favor, hit that subscribe button right down below. Hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you don't miss a beat. We go live Monday to Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And then when you're done with that, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Or not subscribe button. When you're done hitting the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. It definitely helps get our video trending on YouTube. Next game that we're going to be doing is game 629. Florida and Providence. Florida laying 5 over at 5 dimes. Providence catching 5. Total over and under 133 as of right now at 5 dimes. We're going to take a look at that opening line versus where everything is at now. And it's right below the Iona-Princeton line if you guys are looking for it, okay? Taking a look at this one. Line opened up, Florida laying 4. It's up to 4.5 in some spots, and it's just now creeping to 5. 5 dimes just moved it to 5. This is a neutral site game. Much like the Iona-Princeton game, this game is playing in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center. Just so you guys know, neutral site game. Total on this game opened up at 132.5. It's up to 133, minus $1.10 over at 5 dimes. Square 707, you lost your 17 parlay because of who lost last night? So, diving into these two teams, diving into these programs. Need to open up my game match info. Let's start with Providence first. 6-5 on the year. Ed Cooley, he's got his Fieres coming off of a win off of Stony Brook. They just beat Stony Brook 82-78 at home. They do have quite a few losses. They've got a handful of losses and just barely over that in wins. They got wins over Sacred Heart, NGAIT, St. Peter's, Merrimack, as well as Pepperdine. The Milwaukee Bucks, that always sucks. Always sucks to lose a big parlay. They've got losses over Northwestern, Penn, Long Beach State, Charleston, and most recently Rhode Island. They are on a neutral site game. They have struggled when they've been away from their home court. They do have one neutral site game, and that was a game that actually won, and that was against Pepperdine in a tournament game back on December 1st, and they barely beat them 80-77 in a close game there. Taking a look at their opponent today, the Florida Gators. Fast Freddy, did I win my teaser yesterday? I'll let everybody else answer that. Florida Gators 6-3 on the year, guys. Michael White, he's got the Gators. They're coming off a loss to Butler, a road game loss against Butler. They just lost 76-62. They got beat big time by Butler. They opened up the year with a win over in-state rival North Florida. They ended up losing to in-state rival just a handful of days after that to Florida State. They got wins over Towson. Then they came back. They lost to UConn in a close game. They lost by a three-pointer, 62-59. Then they bounced back strong with wins over St. Joseph's. They beat Miami of Florida. They beat Xavier by 5. They beat Marshall by 6. Florida has not been the Florida team of last year or the year before that we're used to coming out and dominating teams and putting up big numbers. They have been, shooting it in the 70s. They put up over 70 points in the last 4 out of the last 5 games. The only game that they didn't clip 70 was in their loss against Butler, where they lost 76 to 62. And Butler is where they're coming off of. They haven't played in 10 days, which is good and bad. The kids are going to have fresh legs. They're going to have game rust. They're going to be up against a very hungry Providence team. That is a fact, who's looking for a big win on the year. Neutral site game, guys. Florida laying 5. Taking a look at the numbers side by side. First of all, we actually have the numbers for Florida. Florida is a very efficient team on offense. Where they struggle is the 3-ball. Now, when you take a look at Providence, are they efficient on offense? They're fairly okay on offense. The one thing that's been holding them together on offense has been their 3-ball, and that's about it. They rely on 31.3% of all their points to come from out deep. And we're going to break down these numbers. So, the one spot where Florida struggles is a spot where Providence excels, and that's in the 3-ball. When we take a look at offense, we have Florida ranked 56 in all of Division I as far as adjusted efficiency. That goes how they protect the ball and not turn it over. Their turnover percentage is still on the little high side, but it's still in the top third in Division I. The Division I average is 19.7% of the time. They're below that at 18.4%. Providence comes in at 19.6. We actually have their offense ranked 115th in all of Division I with adjusted efficiencies. And you take them side by side. You've got Providence hitting 48.7% from the field. Florida, nothing to brag about better than that. They come in just 0.2 of a point higher at 48.9. And where Providence excels at is that 3-ball. They hit 34%. They're not a great 3-ball shooting team. They're a decent 3-ball shooting team. They're not even a percent above the Division I average of 33.1%. But where Florida struggles is out deep. They struggle from the 3-point range. They're hitting just 29.1%. They're in the very, very, very bottom of the bottom of the third of Division I when it comes to shooting the 3-ball. Where Providence struggles is all their 2-point plays, their turnovers, and the free throw line. They're hitting just 47.4% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, whereas Florida's hitting 51.9%. From the free throw line, Florida, they're okay. They're above the Division I average. They're hitting 70.2% from the free throw line compared to the 67.2% of Providence. And Providence relies on 18.7% of their total points to come from the charity stripe. But where they really struggle is the 19.7% turnover rate for Providence. And this number is much lower for when it comes to Florida. So, but one aspect where Providence does excel at is when they're on defense, they create a lot of turnovers. Providence is actually forcing over 27% turnover rate. Florida, they're okay. They're in the high 19s, but not at the turnover rate that they're going to see today against Providence. Providence, a very capable team to defend the ball. We actually have their defenses fairly evenly matched, although we do give a slight edge to Florida. We have them ranked 31st to Providence's 51st ranking. So they're very similar on paper, in stats, on numbers, on defense, on how they defend, their style of play, two-foul participation. Florida won't play. Florida will not play in it. Michael White will not allow his players. If you pick up 2 fouls, if Blackshear picks up 2 fouls, or Keontae Johnson picks up 2 fouls, they're on the bench. He will not risk them a 3rd foul. He will not risk them getting in early foul trouble. As far as going to the bench, as far as minutes going to the bench, obviously Providence goes to the bench more. Providence does go to the bench more. Not much, 32% of the time compared to 22% for Florida. But that has to do with the 2 fouls. Sorry, reading a text message. No doubt about it, Michael White will go to the bench, but as kids know, you pick up that 2nd foul, you're going to be riding the bench. And Blackshear, Johnson, and the rest of the crew want to stay on the court. So definitely not going to be risking any here in a neutral site game in the Barclays Center today under the big lights. That's a fact. So definitely going to be a good game. I do like the favorite in this situation. I don't have a dollar on it. That may change. Florida, guys, they've played some tough teams already, all right? They played Florida State. They played UConn, who they lost to. They lost to Butler by 14 on the road. But they've also played games against Xavier, Miami of Florida. So they've definitely proven that they're battle tested. They can win in neutral site scenarios. They haven't showed a true road game win yet, but then again, they're on a neutral site today in the Barclays Center. As far as Providence goes, no difference. They haven't played the quality opponent. They've lost to weaker teams in Northwestern, Penn, Long Beach State, Charleston, and Rhode Island. Okay, and Rhode Island. So obviously, I see a big swing here, and I'm sure if they were playing down in Gainesville, this line would probably be closer to 8.5 or 9 if they were playing down in Gainesville, because playing at home, the Exactex Arena definitely has a home court feel to it for the Gators. So take that out of the equation. We get the line of 5, and I like the Gators here. I like the Florida Gators laying the 5. As far as the total goes, on this one being 133, one thing that I look for when it comes to the total is the pace of play. Providence is going to try and push the pace of play. Florida's going to probably try and slow it down. They're one of the slower teams. They're not as slow as Virginia. 3.5 seconds faster than the pace of play that Virginia plays. But man, the Cavaliers play at a turtle's pace. So I do look for Providence to try and push it up and down the court when they can. And if Florida gets into a little up and down battle, which they have the capabilities to, they've done it before. They've shown that they can. I can definitely see this one going over the total of 133. So I do lean towards the Gators and the over as well. But again, I don't have any money on this one. I may end up betting the Gators for something small, but as of right now, no money on the Gators. But if you force me to bet it, that's who I would lean towards. If you force me to bet it, that's who I definitely bet. But again, I think there's more lower dangling fruit out there, to say the least. Don't forget our bowl package is going on. Still have time to jump on board that soccer play. Soccer play going to be going off here in just a little bit. You want 2 days free of our soccer club. Get it with the bowl package. You also get 3 days of our prop package, as well as FC's Big Max Fight Pick next Saturday, as well as the big bowl package. So you get that right on the website, as well as our premium plays, my personal plays. But don't forget, guys, I mentioned this earlier. You can actually get a week of premium plays, or a week of my personal plays, my game of the week, which is Friday, in football. You can get guaranteed Saturday, which again is football, and our NFL game of the year for $300. I know that's on the website because I had a customer just text me that it's on there and he's going to be purchasing it. You get that on the guaranteed tab. I'll post a link for you guys. You can get that on the guaranteed tab, or you can get that on the premium tab. But it is up there. You get a week of premiums or a week of my personal plays. You pick 7 full days. You get my game of the week on Friday. You get guaranteed Saturday, and you get the NFL game of the year. Jimbo Allen likes UTEP as well as New Mexico at home. New Mexico playing GCU, Grand Canyon University, out of Phoenix. Alrighty, next one we're going to do for you guys. Temple and Miami. That's coming up next. Temple and Miami coming up next, guys. This is another neutral site game, Barclays Center for you guys. 9:30 Eastern time, late night game. Little late night action for you. If you're looking for the line on this one, it's going to be right below the Florida Providence game, all right? Game 631, 632. Let me get it into the screen for the breakdown for you guys. Guess it helps if I can type properly. In this one, guys, you got Temple laying 2.5 against Miami, who's catching 2.5. Total over and under 141.5. Let me throw that half out there. 141.5. All right. Get that new breakdown up there for you guys on the screen. Jimbo says, I don't know, but I'm leaning towards Princeton. Matthew Torr, who did I pick towards on the Iona Princeton game? I said I was leaning towards Princeton on the money line, minus 117. Is what I was leaning towards. If I was going to bet it, I'd be taking Princeton on the money line. A 7-cent differential between laying 1 and having them on the money line. So for me, I'd take them on the money line. Definitely looking for a big day today, guys. And for everybody that doesn't know, NFL Game of the Year will be on Sunday. It should be posted on the website later today or tomorrow at the absolute latest. The package is already on the website. You can already purchase it. I did get them to cut the price. It was supposed to be $100. I got them to do it for $50, just like our college football game of the year and our Major League Baseball game of the year. So that's good news. That's $50. Guaranteed Saturday will also be $50 on Saturday. That is also a football game. That should be posted as well early. And then my game of the week, which is also $50. That's taking place on Friday, as well as football. So a lot of great times, a lot of great games, a lot of money to be made this weekend, including our premium plays, personal plays. It's going to be a great time. Yes, Temple is on a neutral court. Barclays Center, same as the Providence and Florida game, same as the what was the other game that we did? Princeton and Iona game. Brian, you can jump on board the game of the NFL game of the year. That's awesome. Long Vein, can you buy a package if you're not a member? Yes, anybody can buy a package. You just go to our website, click on the link. I will. I just click on the link that I just posted. Long. I saw that your name popped up on the caller ID. So if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to just give me a call after the live show. But you can click on the link that I just posted, and then you can purchase a package right there, brother. Edo Di Coco, when will you have a soccer, or will you have a soccer package anytime soon? We do have a soccer package, but as of right now, you have to be on the bowl package to get it. You get 2 days of our soccer for free. Other than that, it's a private thing. However, I'm trying to get them to be able to bring it to you guys. So I do believe it's coming. I do believe it's coming. Same thing with the props. You'll also, as part of the bowl package. And I'll go over that. We got a little crowd rolling, so I'll go over that real quick for you guys, and then we'll do this breakdown. That way you guys know. First of all, our bowl package. Last year it was $400. This year I got them to chop it in half. It's $199. Mr. Lim, good afternoon. You get the same thing you got last year, but you get it even better this year. Last year was 20 games with the minimum 70% guarantee. You still get that this year. And what that is, for everybody that doesn't know, in our college football bowl package, it's separate from our premium plays, separate from my personal plays. They're separate games, separate bowl games. You get a minimum of 20 bowl games. You may get 20, you may get 27, but you get a minimum of 20. Of the games that we give you, we guarantee a 70% or better success rate. So what does that mean? That means if we don't hit 70% on those bowl games, we'll give you a week of premium plays for free. So if we need to go 14-6 or better, or you get a week of premium plays on the house as a consolation prize. So if we went 13-7, that's like 64, 66%, whatever the number is. Obviously, you're going to be happy. You made a boatload of money, but we didn't hit our 70%. We're not happy. We're going to give you a week of our premium plays on the house. Not only do you get that, but we're also giving everybody that signs up, doesn't matter if you sign up today now or next Saturday, although if you sign up today, you'll make extra money. If you sign up today, you get 2 days of our soccer. There's a soccer play in a little bit that you still have time to bet. You'll also get 3 days to our prop package. Props have been off the hook. And then you also get next Saturday, you get FC's Guaranteed Max Fight Pick. Next week. That's all included in the $199 prop package. So prop package, absolute smoking deal. You'll make your money back on the 3 days of props before you even get to play a bowl game. Because the props in soccer today, the next days, the next days. You'll make your money back on the props before you even get to play a bowl game. That's the cool thing about it. So that's the cool thing about it. So that's that package. All right. Plenty of packages on our website, guys. Just go and look over there as well. So, and again, if you haven't already done so, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Take a second out of your day. Hit that subscribe button right below. Subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel right down below. And then when you're done with that, everybody, please do us a big favor. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're on your mobile device, X out of that live chat at the top. Hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free content 7 days a week. So hit that thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate it when you do. No, Toby, that was a one-day deal. The only way to get the props as of right now is to be on our bowl package. But I will be giving you guys some props throughout the week for free from time to time as well. So, I will be giving you guys some props for free from time to time. So always beneficial to have an account at 5 Dimes. That way you can take advantage of those special props that I give you guys for free. But if you want all the props, then you need to be on board. Maybe I'll give you guys one of the props that's going to be coming out later today. Maybe I give that today. It's offshore. You can choose to use them or choose not to. But they offer many different options that we can't get here at the casino. That's a fact. Because as you know, props here are not very readily available. So I bet everywhere, but I bet all my props at 5 Dimes because you can't find them here in town. Oh, I'm sure a team will score more than 64 points. There's going to be some offensive slugfest, that's for sure. There'll be some games with 0 defense. Plenty of those teams put up more than 64 in a game this year. It's definitely a prop I wouldn't take. Sports 27, what's going on? Absolutely, or Spot 27. I did see that this morning. Great chat with you over email last night, and I got that taken care of for you. So you got it. I had them backdate it for you, so you're on board. Who did I take in the Temple game? We haven't broken it down yet. We're just getting ready to. So again, guys, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then again, do us a favor, hit that big thumbs up button. Plenty of you in here. All right, let's take a look. Temple, Miami. Let's take a look at the opening line to where it's at now. Game 631, 632. Temple opened up as a 2-point favorite. They're now laying 2.5. Total opened up at 141. We do see it up to 141.5 in most places. 5 Dimes has the line. Temple laying 2.5. Miami catching 2.5. Over and under 141.5 over at 5 Dimes. All right, taking a look. Let's start with Temple first. All right, we're gonna start with 7-2. The Temple Owls, guys. Aaron Mickey, he's got his team off to a good start with 2 losses against Maryland and then Missouri. Of all teams to drop 1-2, Missouri. All right, they opened up the year with 4 straight wins. They beat Drexel. They beat Morgan State. They beat LaSalle. They beat my Trojans. I hate to say it, they beat them by 9 on the road in LA. Sadly. At the Galen Center, yes. They came back, they lost to Maryland, and they held tough against Maryland. Temple played Maryland tough. They ended up losing by 7 in that game, a neutral site game. They got wins over Texas A&M and Davidson, both neutral site games. They came home in a home game against Missouri. They ended up losing by 10-2. They bounced back a week ago today. A week ago today against St. Joseph's. They beat them 108-61, slaughtered them by 47 points. All right, guys, when you're taking a look at the Hurricanes, what can we say about their program? All right, they're definitely off to a slower start than anticipated. Although, they opened up their season with a conference game, with a conference home game against Louisville, who they ended up losing by 13-2. If you guys remember the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC, they opened up as part of their program. Their first game of the year is a conference play game. They did that last year. They did it again this year. So Miami had one conference loss to start the year right out of the bat. Set themselves up for failure right out the bat. They came back. They battled strong against Florida Atlantic. They beat them. They beat UCF. They beat Quinnipiac, and they beat Missouri State as well in a very close game, 74-70. And again, even against UCF, in-state rival, was a 79-70 game there. They came back. They played Florida, another, their big rival, and Florida tanked them. Neutral site game, beat them by 20, 78-58. Then they came up against UConn. They struggled, 80-55. All right, they came back. They beat the Fighting Illini of Illinois, 81-79, in a super close game, high scoring, 160 points scored. Beat them by a bucket on the road, which got them back on track. They came back against a gimme game against Alabama A&M. They only beat them by 14 at home, which I thought they probably should have done a hell of a lot more than that. But here they are, neutral site game, Barclays Center, guys, just like the last breakdown before that. They got Temple, they got the Owls, who are definitely looking for a big statement win this year. Which right now their big statement win is a win against my Trojans as well as Texas A&M, which is not saying much to say the least. So same thing with Miami. Their big win against Illinois just 2 weeks ago. They did just play 3 days ago. They actually had 12 days off, which probably could have been the game day rust that we saw against Alabama A&M and them only beating them by 14. When you're diving in depth into these two programs, you'll see similar numbers, and then you're going to see numbers where other teams struggle. For instance, both teams are very similar in struggling from the free throw line. We'll talk about that, all right? First of all, as far as offensives go, definite edge towards Miami. Offense, Miami. We actually have Miami ranked 19th in all of Division I. We have Temple ranked 147th as far as adjusted efficiencies on offense go. All right, now, when it comes to defense, flip the script, all right? We got Temple ranked 19th, and we have Miami coming in 202nd in defense. Miami has been horrible, absolutely horrendously horrible defending anything. 3 balls, 2-point plays, creating turnovers on defense. So when it comes to defense, edge Temple. Now, Temple likes to push the pace of play. They're the 29th fastest team in Division I. They average 15.5 seconds per possession. That's why we see the total in a medium of, in the low 140s. It's not in a 150. Why? Because Miami likes to slow it down just a little bit. They're not as slow as not as slow as Virginia at 21.4 seconds average per possession, but they come in at 17.7. They're a half a second slower than the Division I average, so they're not a team that's they can play a back and forth, up and down the court pace, but that's not what their style is. It's not what they prefer to play. Can they play it? Can they keep up with Temple up and down the court? Yes, they can. But one thing that Miami looks for, and the reason why they're a little slower team, much like Virginia, they are a 3-ball shooting son of a gun. All right, and they are very effective at it. They're hitting 39.8% from out deep, whereas Temple, they struggle from shooting the 3-ball, hitting just 31.1%. However, Temple is an excellent 3-ball shooting team, so I can definitely see the pace of play for Miami being slowed down, even slower than what they're averaging right now. Miami, they hit 52.8% from the field, 47.5% for Temple. Temple, not the best shooting team. Even down low, 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, dunk, they're knocking down just 48.1%. Miami, not much more than that, 49.8%. So very similar numbers in that aspect. Free throw shooting, side-by-side comparison, nearly identical. 67.4% for Miami, 68.7% for Temple. So a 1% different, gonna make no difference here. But one thing that Temple relies on, they rely on 19% of their points to come from the free throw line, just 13% for Miami. Both rely on that 3-ball a lot, and Temple struggles at it. So if Temple can pick up their 3-ball and get hot, they can definitely do some damage here. 2-foul participation, Miami won't play in it, all right? They'll play 10% of the time in the 2-foul participation protocol, whereas Temple will play over 30%. All right, both go to the bench for 29% of all their bench minutes, or by their minutes played by bench personnel. Height advantage, no real height advantage. Experience level, no real experience level as far as time on the team on average. Offensive rebounds, Miami's 25.7% of their rebounds come from the offensive glass, which is on the low side, but it's no different for Temple. Not much more to brag about, 27.9%. So 2.9% more than Miami. So both teams struggling. On the offensive glass. However, Miami's been allowing teams to out-rebound them on the opposing glass and giving up 34.4% offensive rebound percentages to opposing teams. So this definitely could be a game where Temple can pick up an extra couple rebounds down low. Jake Forrester would be a big key if he can stay out of foul trouble. Same thing with J.P. Mormon. Both kids, not big kids. Look for Justin Hamilton. They're 6'10" junior for Temple to actually get some decent playing time at the center position, especially if Jake Forrester picks up foul trouble, which he's done. He didn't play in the first 4 games of the year. Excuse me. I know he didn't play against USC when they beat him, but he did come in and play against Maryland. He was in early foul trouble. He only had 12 minutes. This is a kid that gets in foul trouble, and Forrester gets in foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble in all but one of the games he played, their last game against St. Joseph. So he picks up 2 fouls early, and he's usually on the bench. So one key to the game there. So definitely should be a good game. Definitely should be a good game. I do like the dog in this situation. I do like the dog here. I think they match up well against Temple. I think it'll be a very competitive game. I think their numbers line up with Miami's 3-ball shooting. Going to be leading the charge for them. So I do look for Miami to try and slow down Temple's pace of play and get them to play their style of basketball today. And I look for that once those Temple players pick up those second fouls, or their second fouls early on in the first, or even late in the first, I don't think they're going to be risking picking up that third foul. So I definitely look for that to create even more easy and opportunities to score, put extra points up on the board. So no real play on the total. I think they actually have the total predicted perfectly on this one. The bookmakers having it at 141.5. We actually have it being a final score of 142. So with that aspect, I see no real advantage to bet one side or the other as far as the total goes, but I do lean towards Miami plus the 2.5 here. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Miami pulls away and covers the spread. So they may not win outright, may come down to a basket, just like the Michigan and Oregon game may come to overtime. But I can definitely see this one being a close game. So one thing that I am going to do, I am going to give you guys one of our fun props to bet. We do have props that will be coming out on the website for everybody that's on our prop package. If you want the props, if you want all of the props today, you will have to be on board our bowl package. As of right now, that's the only way to get it. So I do want to give you guys one for fun. It's definitely going to be a nice little money maker. And what's funny is, it's actually not funny. Just shows you that we're real. I bet more on fun money props than people bet on their big plays and their free plays that they give you guys. So, but I am going to show you guys how to bet it on 5 Dimes. If you do not have a 5 Dimes account, it will probably behoove you to have one. You probably can't bet this one everywhere. So I'm going to give you guys something. If you don't have a 5 Dimes account, I just posted a link. There are one of our paying sponsors. So go sign up with them. Get signed up over at 5 Dimes. I recommend funding it with Bitcoin. You get faster payouts. You guys all know I did a cash out late Sunday night after the Sunday night football game. Did another. It was my 4th cash out of the week with 5 Dimes for 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. And My last one I initiated Sunday night at like 1 o'clock in the morning my time. I got a payout 13 hours later. So it's always a great time. All right, 5 Dimes treats everybody well. And one place you guys will always get paid. Yeah, if they had an app, it would be great. But all their stuff works on mobile devices anyways. So all of their stuff works on mobile devices anyways. So you shouldn't have a problem betting it anyway. So, and for everybody that wants to know what, cash outs look like over at 5 Dimes, there's a screenshot that I just took of my account with my 4 most recent cash outs, and you can see I got one yesterday. I got one on the 14th, the 10th, and the 9th. 10K, 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 all by Bitcoin. So, 5 Dimes, they will take care of you. It's the reason why they're here, that's for sure. Took me a long time to nail them as a sponsor and get them to actually pay. Everybody just wants to be an affiliate and let you push them, but no thank you. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you. All right, so loading up the free play, going to show you guys that it's actually bet, and it's going to put money in your pocket, just like the teaser last night. I'm also going to get it up on the screen as well. So we won the big free teaser yesterday, which is always fun. To do. Give me 1 second here. Should have it on the screen for you guys in just a second. And it'll be a good time. So remember, guys, NFL Game of the Year, Sunday, will be posted on the website either later tonight or tomorrow morning. You can purchase it now. Just click on the Guaranteed tab on the website, cappersdirect.com. It's $50. Huge one. I got them to do Guaranteed Saturday at $50 because of that. I got them to do my Game of the Week at $50, which will be Friday. All 3 of those plays should be posted no later than tomorrow. And don't forget, they have that big package where you can get a week of premium plays or my personal plays. You can do back and forth. You can pick which one you want, a week of premiums or a week of my personal plays. And they're also going to include my Game of the Week, Guaranteed Saturday, and the NFL Game of the Year. It's a $300 package, killer deal. So where you can get all of that all in one. Matthew, I have a bankroll management question. Should I be taking the money I pay for packages out of my gambling money or my checking? I'd have to say probably your gambling. Treat it as a business. Obviously, you have to do something to fund your business to get started, but after that, it should be treated as a business. Treat it like a business. So, with that being said, I have a play on the North Texas Dayton game. I have a play on that game. So, with that being said, free play time. But I want to actually show you guys how to bet this. That way you don't screw it up. So hang on 1 second. I'm taking a screenshot for you guys so I can post actually, hold on, let me do this one. Make it smaller so it'll show. So, we'll give out the play. Then I'll show you guys how to bet it. And then we'll go from there. Because some of you will already know how to bet it. Some of you may not. And again, if you need a place to bet props, first quarter team totals, first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes action junkie bets. This is part of our prop package that will be going out today. Just click on this link, go to 5 Dimes to get linked up with them. And just do me a favor, just let them know that you came from here. That way they'll be more than willing to renew with us, because they're up for renewal. Okay. One more second, we should have it. And it's actually plus money. It's actually plus 100. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it. It's funny, reverse line movement on it. I bet it I get it minus $1.18 because I just bet it to show you guys. Oh, hold on. I was taking a screenshot of the wrong one. Getting ready to show you guys the wrong one. What a ding-dong I would be, huh? It did drop, though. It did drop. A little reverse line movement on it. I like it, though. I love it when they do that. Just means we're going to make even more money on it. Okay. So, what we're going to be doing. And then tomorrow... Toby, to the 5 thumbs down, you still here enjoying the show. They're here. They're here. They're definitely here. And yeah, unfortunately, Toby, 119 people here and only 77 thumbs ups. So again, guys, before you leave, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. We'll be live again tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And then tomorrow, yesterday we gave out a teaser. Today we're giving out a cool little prop bet that's going to put quick money in your pocket. Tomorrow I'll make sure we give out a regular premium play or my personal play, one of the two, okay? So for everybody that tunes in for those. But I'm telling you, if you can't bet this because your book doesn't have it or your online book doesn't have it, definitely, by all means, go over to 5 Dimes and open up an account over there. That way you have the option to bet this. So there's a link to 5 Dimes. Go over there, guys. Go open up an account. That way you can bet this, all right? Free play for today. We're rolling with a first 5 team total. First 5 team total for you guys. It's Providence, first 5 minutes, over 6.5 points. Yes, I just bet $500 on it. Indeed, I did. $575 to win 500. I got it at minus 115. The line is currently the same, although after you guys bet it, that line won't be the same anymore. That line will be going up as soon as you guys bet it. So that's what it looks like when I bet it. But now I'm going to show you what it looks like and how to bet it, okay? This is the important one. This is the important one. So as you see on the screen, these are your options under first half. Okay, these are your options under the first half. I just posted a screenshot and you can see where I put my 500. Where I put the numbers 500 is where you should be betting in that box. Okay, Providence first 5 over 6.5. Should be nice, easy money. remember, if you need a place to bet, here's a link again to 5 Dimes. Toby, just click on that link. Bet it. Most books do not have this. These are generally lines that are very specific to 5 Dimes. Okay? These ones are very specific to 5 Dimes. So tomorrow, definitely get you guys on a premium play or personal play, straight up one. Not a prop, not a teaser or anything like that. So get you guys on something juicy tomorrow as well. So, but again, I'll leave that up on the screen so that way you guys can see it for another couple seconds before I remove it. But again, that's definitely some nice, easy money right there for you guys. And again, remember, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want the rest of our props, you need to be on board our bowl package. Our props are not posted yet for today, but they will be posted shortly. Tito, why are you frowning? Because you can't bet it? Yes, we already broke down the Iona-Princeton game. I gave a lean on Princeton. So again, if you want the rest of our prop packages, then you need to be on board the bowl package. And again, Tito, no excuse. Anybody can open up an account on 5 Dimes. See, I know. Tito, this is for you. I just posted the link again, okay? That's for you and for everybody that says, man, I can't bet that. I'm going to frown. I can't do that. Well, I'd say so sad, too bad, and that I feel bad, but I don't. But I just handed you the keys to the Bentley right there. All right. I think we got a frozen screen with my head on it. I did freeze. Screen did you the keys to the Ferrari. And there you go. So, super easy. Super easy to take advantage of that one, folks. Absolutely, Stack Wop. It'll definitely be... don't forget, Friday I have my game of the week. And we just keep winning my games of the week. We just keep blowing them out. We just keep blowing my game of the weeks out. K-Gun, 781. Do we have any hockey plays? As part of our hockey package, we do. Part of our NHL package. We actually have 3 NHL plays up today. K-Guns, everybody can go open up an account at 5 Dimes and bet. No doubt about that one. You don't have to just use Bitcoin. They take other avenues. By all means, I just recommend using Bitcoin because the payouts are faster. Real fast. So that's that, guys. And remember, you don't have to use Bitcoin. I just recommend it. It's faster. Way faster. I got my 10K payout in 13 hours. And remember, if you're... Andre, Friday game of the week, guaranteed Saturday, and then NFL game of the year on Sunday. Yes, sir. Yeah, you don't have to use Bitcoin. You definitely don't have to use Bitcoin. But it is an option. I do recommend it, but obviously it's not required. By no means is it required. So enjoy that. That should be a nice, quick, easy, fast one for you guys. And remember, we actually bet it. I just showed you, other people will go put literally nothing on their plays. They'll show you a fake account with all kinds of money on it, and they're going to show you that they only bet a couple $100 on something. I just put $575 to win 500 on something that is over in 5 minutes, faster than the average UFC fight. And that's just because it's a prop. Yeah, 5 Dimes doesn't charge any fees when you deposit or cash out with Bitcoin. 5 Dimes won't deposit or doesn't charge any fees. I don't know. I've never used a credit card with them. I only use Bitcoin with them. Speaking of Bitcoin, Bitcoin's dropping like a rock. It's at 67.47. Might have to buy some more if it drops any lower. If it drops into the 5s, might have to buy some more. I do invest in Bitcoin, so I do have a good amount of Bitcoin. No problem, Andre. All right, guys, good luck today. Guys and gals, good luck today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll be live again tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Remember, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then when you're done with that, hit that thumbs up button on your way out the door. I know you guys want to. Over 100 people still here. We got 86 thumbs up. You guys can push us over 100. All right, guys, good luck. Enjoy that free play. I am out of here, and we'll see you guys live tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Take it easy, guys.